Okay, so just because the car went really well at Thruxton, doesn't mean to say that I rest on my laurels, pop the car away, fetch it out for the next race and hope for the best. There's always a few jobs to do. So for the last 2 Saturdays, I've been out here in the workshop and I've been working my way down a list of things that I wrote down after the last race. If you imagine I'm sat in the car, when I'm holding the gear lever, my hand hits the bodywork there, so I have to sort of like move it like that. But in actual fact, if I bent the gear lever down a bit so it's away, so I can actually hold it properly and actually gauge it in, I think that may well be a better way of changing gear. And also, if it's nearer here when you're changing down, you can actually hold the steering wheel and just pull it across as well. So I think what we'll do is we'll have a go at that first before I take the bodywork off and see what it's like. Okay, I managed to get the gear lever off now, and I think it wants to see it's bent there. It looks like I heated it up before, so it's probably best to heat it up with the oxys settling. And well, we'll bend it around and see how we go. So I'll leave that nut on there, pop it in the vise. This is the beauty of being a farmer. We've always got what we call a hot spanner. This is farmer engineering, this is, so we're just going to give it a little bit of a bend over. One little pull for luck, eh? Right, tape I haven't gone too much, but I can actually get my fist around there to do third and fourth, first and second there, third and fourth, and I can do that, and I can still get reverse. So we'll see how that goes. That might be an improvement. Okay, so we've done the gear lever. We're just going to do the clutch now. Now, when I put the engine and gearbox together, when I put it in the car, I had this on order, but it was out of stock. So I put the old clutch plate back in, but then at Thruxton, on the starts, I think it was slipping a little bit, and it was almost like acting like a traction control, because it sort of like slipped, and then it sort of like caught and propelled me forward. But the danger is that it won't carry on doing that forever. So I think we'll just have a look. And I can't remember, for the life of me, I can't remember if we can get the gearbox out without taking the engine out, because of the rear cross member. So the cross member at the back, at the bottom, I think gets in the way. out and compare them. Okay, so this is the new one. That's the old one. I've measured it. There's a little bit of wear on it, but I think basically it's been slipping and getting hot, and almost looks like it might be glazed on there. So we'll pop a new one in. We'll just see if we can deglaze the flywheel and the pressure plate, and we'll stick it back in, and we'll see how we go. That's all we can do, really. Okay, so I did deglaze the flywheel. So what I did was I took it off, the flywheel off, and I had a piece of wet and dry on a flat patch, and moved it over just to deglaze the surface. And then I did actually assemble the clutch on the bench and check the heights of the fingers, which is quite critical, just to check that they weren't out of alignment. And unfortunately I forgot to video that, so I do apologise for that. But what we'll do is we'll put it together now, and we can just check the height when it's in here, just to make sure it's within the tolerances set by AP. So AP are the makers of the clutch. So we align the clutch plate. This is just something I made up on the lathe. It's a piece of aluminium that actually slides in and out. It's actually that size there, I believe, is for an MG. So but this just fits in there, and then we'll wiggle that about, and hopefully that'll allow us to align the gearbox. Hopefully the gearbox will just slip straight on. Okay, so that's the clutch plate fitted, and now what we need to do, just check the height of these fingers. So that's in a compressed state, so that's pushing down on the pressure plate there. I don't know if you see this. This is the drawing for the AP clutch, and basically on the green one, the setup height is 20.25 millimeters for a new one, and the maximum worn has got to be 25.15. So the pressure plate in that is actually worn, and so somewhere basically we need it between 20.25 and 25.15. So that's going to take the height. So what we're going to do is we're going to measure between there and take off that piece. That's 62.57. Right, so then what I do is I then zero this. I zero this, then I measure that there, and what's left should be the distance. So that is 21.12, which is on the newish side of worn. So I think we're okay. So that clutch, that's the right setup height. So, well, it's the setup height is within the tolerance. So that should be okay. Okay, so with any luck, that might just pop straight on. It's gone through the clutch. It hasn't gone into the engine, which is really annoying. There we go. Just a case of wiggling it a bit, and then it went. So that's quite good. I'm quite pleased with that. Okay, so we have got the engine back in, got the gearbox back on. I've changed the gears in there. I didn't video that because we did that last time. I've had the front brake pads out and just put a little bit of copper grease around the backing, see if we can stop that squealing. And so everything's all done basically. but I wanted to put a straight pipe on. So we've been given permission to run unsilenced for the rest of the year. So these cars were known as screamers in period, and so we run them unsilenced are really loud. So I've sort of like shied away from that because my engine's all set up with a silencer on. However, I've spoken to a few people and they said that it shouldn't make any difference to a 1 litre car. So I've got this pipe, I found this in my box of spares, and we're going to pop it on. So this is the old bracket, which is obviously for the big silencer, so we've got to make a new bracket up, and we've got to include a piece to put the rain light on as well. So that just fits on there. What I've done is I've made this little bit that goes on there, and I've got these 2 brackets. So now what I need to do is sort of like get them to fit on there, sort of like that, and then we'll put a little bracket down there to put the rain light on. So and then we'll use a couple of springs around there just to secure it. So the first thing we need to do is to flatten the ends and drill a hole so that they'll fit into here. So we'll probably flatten the ends and put a bit of weld on there. So there we go. Again, because I'm a farmer, I've got access to a hot torch, oxy acetylene set. So what we'll do is we'll just heat the ends up, bash them flat, and drill the holes. And because we want it to sit flat against the edge, we make it like that. So there we go, that's the bracket finished. So I haven't got time to plate it, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint it same colour as the chassis. So there we go, that's the end of another Saturday workshop. Effectively the car's almost ready to go. So we've done the front brakes, we've done the gear linkage, we've had a look at the clutch and changed the clutch plate, I've changed the gear ratios, and we've found this old straight through pipe. So we'll see how that goes. I've made the bracket still needs painting, and this is looking a bit scabby, so I'm going to see if I can polish this up a little bit, see what we can do there. But yeah, next week we should be at Brands Hatch. I'm hoping to get there on Friday afternoon, maybe get the car scrutineered, walk the track, and then so we're all set to go on Saturday and Sunday. So thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe, give me a thumbs up if you like this video, and we'll see you next time. And remember, How hard can it be?